What's this review process and the whole peer review thing? Now, the peer review is so important in academic writing or scholarly publication. During the peer review process, your paper is taken through some sect of experts, group of experts in your field. They evaluate your paper for its quality, its credibility, and its relevance to your field of study. During this group consists of the editor-in-chief. This editor-in-chief is one that is in charge of your paper, that decides whether your paper is published or not published. Also consists of the reviewers. The reviewers are really important decision makers of your paper. They either tell the editors whether it is rejected or paper can be accepted or paper needs major revisions. These reviewers are really important. They are specialists in your field and they make the major decision in your paper. Now we now have the copy editors. Copy editors are broken down into two. We have the section editors, the statisticians, and the technical editors. The technical editors make sure that your paper is in concordance or it's agreeing with the format of the journal. The format of the journal. Now the section editors make sure that your papers have a logical flow. If your sections are in order and they have a logical flow, then the statisticians ensure that the method you use to carry out the data is a reliable one and it is suitable for your paper or for your research. You see that your paper has to go through these processes to make sure that your paper is actually very credible. So once your paper passes through these guys, it's either going to fall in one of these categories. Your paper gets accepted once with no correction, which hardly ever happen in academic writing. There must be a correction. So don't expect your paper to be accepted once and for all, except you're submitting to a predatory journal, which I've explained about before what predatory journals are. Your paper also get accepted with little corrections. Happens sometimes when you've taken your time to go through the writing process very well. You've asked yourself the questions that it's possible that the possible questions your reviewer will ask, but it's possible. Reviewers must have corrections, so that's their job. They must go through your paper and make sure that you have a lot of correction. Then the other one is rejected with major corrections. Your paper will be rejected, but they will ask you to make these major corrections. But after you make these major corrections, the paper will later be accepted. Then the last category is the paper is rejected. You cannot do it. You cannot publish it. Bye bye. Most times this happens when the paper is not in alignment with their scope or is not targeted to their particular audience. So you have to do your research well and make sure that you are picking the right journal. Now this review process are doing their job. They're just trying to make sure that this paper you are giving out, it is good enough for the academic world. Academics does not publish nonsense. They don't want to publish nonsense. So if they are taking you through the review process, it is very important because they're trying to make sure that your paper is of good standard and of good quality. So that is why this review process is very important. They make sure that your paper is of high quality and it meets the scientific standards or the standards of the scientific community. It also makes sure that your paper is credible. That's why the review process is important. Then it's also good because you get feedbacks and you learn more about what's new in your field of study, what is outdated in your field of study. There was a paper I wrote recently, I published recently, and I was added something, techno-functional properties. I'm like, I've never heard about this before, and it was part of the review process, and I'm like, I now know about it. So their feedback is really important because you will learn a lot from their feedback. And most importantly, academic writing must make sure that everything you are saying is factual and is provable. So citations are important. They're trying to make sure that everything you are doing is cited. So that is what a good journal will do. So the review process is not to stress you, it's just to make sure that your work is of standard. So I hope you've learned about the importance of the review process. Don't get pissed or get rejected when your paper is sent back to you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's it. Thank you.